My name is Talia Davis. I'm a sophomore. I'm a political science major, and I am from just outside of Boston, Massachusetts.
Current event we are talking about is going to be about Joe Biden claiming that he's going to do a re-election. Give your thoughts and being biracial. Talk about that.
Yeah. So Joe Biden right now, I believe he is 80 years old, and so if reelected, that would make him the oldest president in history. And I think one thing about politics that we're trying to move away from is the fact that it's increasingly older, it's increasingly whiter, and it's increasingly more male. And so when you think about how we're a representative democracy, we're not actually being representative of our population if we continue to elect and re-elect politicians like that. He's a career politician. He has an extensive record. He is before being president, he was vice president, he was in the Senate. I think he is an incredibly intelligent policymaker, but he is old. They think that one of the issues right now with the Democratic Party is a lot of young people are moving away from support because so many of our senior leaders are so much older. Most of them are white, and so we don't necessarily feel represented by them. And so that's kind of a problem if we're trying to not necessarily reinvent the Democratic Party, but continue to be current. And I mean, in my opinion, what I felt in just conversations with other poli-sci majors, especially in conversation with older people who are politically active and have been politically active for a while, is that there isn't anyone that is sparking interest. Like when Barack Obama came onto the scene, at first he was unknown by everyone, and then he becomes a spark within the Democratic Party. And similarly to how Donald Trump was a spark for the Republican Party when he was on the election trail too, we're waiting for that. So I think a lot of people would go back to Joe Biden because he's comfortable, we know him. And I'm not saying it's not a good thing for him to be reelected, it's just that it calls into question where we're at as a party, and also where we're at as the American people with, do we want to have the same demographic as our presidents over and over again? And I think personally, I was struck and really touched by Kamala Harris becoming the VP. I see part of myself in her. I mean, she's biracial too. She's a Black woman, and that was incredible to have representation in that specific office. But other than Barack Obama, our presidents have all been white men. And I think as a country that is becoming increasingly more diverse, there are more women in the United States right now than men. We're inching towards being a minority majority population in so many states. How is this representative if we continue to have white older men be our presidents and our politicians? It's almost like we're protecting elitist interests and elitism if we continue to have career politicians make up the majority of our government.